people were notified. 4 people only. The only Democrats that were notified were Pelosi and Senator Rockefeller, is my understanding. And Senator Rockefeller, as you know, wrote in handwriting because he was ordered by the presidential staff that told him he couldn't even tell his own staff. Here you have the presidential staff, they know about it, and they tell Senator Rockefeller, you can't even tell your own staff, you can't even put a letter on your computer system because your staff might read it, it's that secretive, and so he had to write the thing in handwriting. And my understanding is Pelosi also voiced objections to this. Here's the problem. If you tell members of Congress that this is going on, but you can't talk about it publicly, and you can't discuss it in your hearings, and I mean, the other members of the Intelligence Committee didn't know about it, they can't take effective guidance. They can't take effective monitoring. If this program was so good, if the president was behind it, he should have done it openly and honestly and said, you know what, I don't need warrants. He didn't do it, Mike.
He is doing it openly and honestly because
he was caught by the New York Times. That's why. Let me go to another caller.
Trying to promote a book, which, by the way, Rison's book flopped.
Well, you know, the New York Times should have told us a year ago, actually. Let's go to David from Alexandria. David, thanks for calling the Inside Scoop.
Yeah, thank you. Well, we need to get a few things straight. The president doesn't have to have a warrant.
He doesn't?
To those calls. No,
really?
He doesn't.
Well, where does the Constitution say that, David?
Well, all you have to do is have a little more knowledge on the subject. How are you going to get a warrant on a 30-second phone call or a 2-minute phone call?
I'll tell you how you do
it. Within 72 hours after the fact, he can apply for a warrant.
Actually, you're right about that, David.
Now,
Hold on, David.
Oh, of course I'm
right.
That's why I'm calling.
Well, no, you're right about that. But just to be clear, the FISA law, he's absolutely right. If there's an emergency, you can get a warrant, and then within 72 hours later apply. But the president didn't do that.
Exactly, because he didn't do that, because people like you and the other side are playing politics with our national security. Why don't we just roll up all of our intelligence offices and just open the doors for another 9/11?
Heck, why don't we just burn the Constitution? I mean, it's meaningless, you know? Why don't we just have a dictatorship?
Meaningless. It isn't meaningless. It is when you can't trust the press to use responsible judgment on what is published.
David,
do you not think that the New York Times put the American security in danger, the American people in danger by publishing that?
I think we're far more in danger by a president.
Do you not think?
No, not at all.
No, really.
Let me tell you why, David.
You don't think Al-Qaeda or anybody out there trying to do it?
David, I think under our Constitution, we have sufficient protections under our courts and our Constitution to spy on the people that need to be spied on and to protect the American citizens that don't need to be spied on. And my question for you before we go to the next caller is, do you think this Constitution constrains the president at all? And if so, how?
Well, of course it does. He has limited power.
What's his limited power in terms of eavesdropping? Does he have any? Does he have a limited power? Can he eavesdrop on every single conversation in the United States of America?
No, he cannot.
No? Why not?
Why not? Because
the Fourth Amendment says he needs a warrant. That's why not.
But the point is, that's not what he's doing. He's eavesdropping on phone calls that originate in Afghanistan and in other places
to American citizens.
I don't have a problem with that.
Well, you know what? If the president didn't have a problem with it, he would have brought it to the Congress and
gotten
a law to say it's okay. But he went around the law.